Sipping on my water. Royalty, what's happening? Chase Daniels, what's good, brother? AJ25, what's popping? What's popping? Yes. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Veronica, what's happening? What's up? What's up? What's up? Got a good one, man. What's happening over there in the IE? Is it hot as it is over here in South Central? It's hot as hell. What's good? Mr. Mordecai, what's good? What's good? Yes, indeed. I got my Cali Gold on. Got my Cali Gold hat on. Yeah, shout out, man. Back in the Dougie days, Hitman Coffee Shop. Used to do work out there. Shout out to Blunt Talks. Shout out to my man Sam Zartoshti, Blunt Talks. Fitzpatrick's was good, brother. Emmanuel Johnson, what's happening? Welcome, man. Welcome. Glad to have you out. Yes. Back at the home base. Back at the home base. Yeah, it's daddy daycare day. So, with the little one. Yes. Chauncey roll-ups, what's good? Pre-roll Jackson. What's happening? Texas needs to segregate. Was that a question or was that a statement? I don't know. I don't know. This is another question for another day. We can talk about Texas another day. We can talk about it today if it has anything to do with today's conversation. Yes, practice was great. Our team is coming along. Shout out to my man, Mr. Cannabis, doing his thing with the little ones. Everybody knows, kids are my weakness. So anytime I can help out some kids, man, and be the positive male black role model I can be, I'll do the best that I can and make sure they're not getting hurt. Will my kids play football? No, my kids will not play football. I say that now because I don't have a boy. But I'm pretty sure my kids will not play football. It's another conversation. Okay, let's get up in it. All right, let's get into it. So, what up, everybody? My name is Rico Lamite, founder and CEO of Cannabis Global, One Network, Many Voices. And I'm also a correspondent for State of Cannabis NewsHour every single morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, where you can get your daily dose. Me and 11 other industry thought leaders get 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go over one of these stories. We believe that the cannabis industry needs to hear. Today's story is very, very important, very, very near and dear to me because I have a lot of friends that are locked up in this game. Luckily, I was not one of them. I have been arrested. So if anybody want to check, I have been arrested, but it was not for cannabis. Like, thank God. Because if I did in Virginia, the laws are a lot more strict than they are in other places. And I probably would have got one of these longer sentences like a lot of my people do back there. So we're going to talk about that. Talk about incarcerated people today and why I rock so hard for my people that are locked up behind bars. And I believe that every single one of these folks that have been locked up for the illegal and racist war on drugs, they need to be released, period. I'll get into that too. All right. Anybody who saw me on stage when we won our at the California Cannabis Awards, we won our Technology of the Year award. I didn't even talk about our company going public. I talked about the need to get our brothers and sisters out of prison, out of jail, because we are profiting off of this plant that so many people are incarcerated for. So we need to talk about this shit. All right, let's hop into it. So today, this one came out of the Oklahoma Journal Record. Cannabis panelists are saying that untapped resources are behind bars, and I agree. All right. Traditionally educated business people continue to enter the cannabis industry blindly, seeing cannabis as a confusing but highly lucrative market, just waiting for the right player to figure it out. If only they knew. There's no shortage of experts in this game. You just got to know where to find them. Where are you going to find these experts? In jail. Many of the real experts are still serving time as punishment for creating successful businesses, while Ivy League grads and VC experts from other industries continue to throw money into a big green void. Journal Records' Janice Francis Smith reported panelists on Friday's JR Now webinar agreed. Tapping into this vast, bountiful resource of currently incarcerated experts could help the cannabis industry grow and improve. Panelist Tyrone Russell, shout out to Tyrone. I'll reach out to him. Hopefully he hits me back. President of Cleveland School of Cannabis said, "We have major players jumping into the game who have deep pockets, but not a lot of cannabis education. There exists a group of people with master's level education in the product who've been handling growth, supply chain, distribution of the product for years. People who with one look or whiff of the product can determine its best attributes. And a lot of those people are in jail." I agree wholeheartedly. Some of the world's finest connoisseurs are currently behind bars for getting in too early, just participating in this same industry before it became legal. Another panelist, Sam Liebart, CEO and founder of Vertical Acres, he struck a more optimistic tone about the issue, saying, "Ideally, the industry will find a way to bridge the knowledge of the streets with scientific analysis to create an education curriculum for the industry." Sure, that'll really happen. I've been screaming about this same shit for years. It's a problem. I even testified multiple times to the city of LA, offering recommendations to the BCC, the Bureau of Cannabis Control, offering recommendations to the DCR to help fix California's struggling social equity program, free these prisoners now, and divert those funds to kingpin education. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Maybe instead of these small bullshit money grants, selling lottery-driven dreams of owning a dispensary with no chance of competing against your corporate peers, competing against the government who's taking over this shit. Send these folks to business school if that's what you care about so much. The letters at the end of your name. Mandate that upon completion, these folks are placed in control position at these big firms that continue to fail state to state with no knowledge or connection with the streets, whatsoever. Maybe this will help bridge the gap between the block and the boardroom. What do I know? Just a black man over here, just telling y'all how it is. Telling y'all I've seen my people suffer way too much. I've seen black and brown communities suffer way too much. Shout out to the folks who've gotten out. Shout out to 40 tons. Veronica, make sure you hit up my man Anthony over there. They have an event coming out in a couple of weeks here, and I'll be out at that event too. Shout out to the formerly incarcerated people that are doing their thing in this industry. We need more of you for guidance. We need more of you for your connections in this game. I wouldn't be where I am with a lot of these folks who have been incarcerated, who have been in bad situations because of the same plant that we're all profiting off of. I wouldn't have been in a proper mental state with my daughter in the middle of this pandemic if it wasn't for some of my trap OGs in this industry teaching me how to do what I do with my daughter, how to properly wipe my daughter, how to take care of a kid, how to keep my mind right. When I was going crazy in the middle of this pandemic, if it wasn't for some of my people that are locked up behind bars. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional over that shit. It is what it is, man. Industry's fucked up. Nation's fucked up. And people are worried about diplomas. People are worried about getting jobs in this industry. And certain jobs are reserved for folks because of their quote unquote business acumen. But these same people, these same experts, they can't sell a fucking dime bag in the hood. You have no connections. You have no place in this industry if you can't connect with the people. This plant came from the streets. It came from the culture, the lifestyle side. That's why I always say that. Period. That's why it always comes back to the lifestyle side of this game. in the United States. That's why I'm always going to show love to the trap. I'm always going to show love to the folks who got locked up for this. And I'm always going to ride hard for my incarcerated people. Period. Too many of my people, too many of my friends, former friends and current friends are locked up for this plant. And it really does. It really does get me a little choked up because of that, because they're missing out on their families. They're missing out on life. They're skipping generations. So many people have been affected negatively by this industry that we call it now, you know. And none of these big corporations are going to put a dent in the money that the trap is making. Why? Because they're not attempting to connect with the people. You have no connection with the people, you're just going to be another bullshit industry colonizer trying to make $1 off of something you don't understand. Sorry. It's not going to get any feel good fucking aspirations or anything from me today on that. This shit touches me way too close to the heart. And now we need to free all of the prisoners of this war on drugs. Let all these people out and give them a chance to participate in this industry. If you big organizations, big corporations really, really, really want to succeed and really want longevity in this shit, you need to be reaching out to these people and finding a way to work with them. It goes both ways. I always tout that. That's why I always say collaboration, man. Collaboration first, community over competition. We're all in this shit together. We know that these big corporations have that long money, but that money dries up. You see all these companies starting to crumble, right? You see Tilray, just like I called it a couple weeks ago. Tilray is about to buy MedMen, pennies on the fucking dollar, right? Why couldn't MedMen make money? They couldn't connect with the fucking people. It's a bunch of marketing bullshit. At the end of the day, these big companies are a bunch of marketing bullshit, right? Company I helped go public in this industry. I make money off that shit. My strike price is $5.25. We trading that today less than 50 cents. Why? Because they didn't want to make that connection with the streets. They didn't want to make that connection with the community. They didn't want to fucking pay me. So I bounced. So I love everybody, man. I love all of you guys. And sorry to strike a little bit of a somber tone today, but it really, really does piss me off when I see shit like this. When I see folks on the corporate side trying to say, oh, yeah, we need to do this, we need to do that. Like, you need to connect with the people and see what they need. Or your bullshit marketing plan, your bullshit strategy for your company is going to fail in the long run because you have no connection with the people, period. This plant is personal. This industry is personal. Nobody should be in jail for smoking weed. Nobody should be in jail for possession of cannabis. Everybody should have an opportunity to profit and to prosper off of this plant. That's how I feel. All right. Sorry, man. Y'all got me all hyped up and shit here. It's a serious conversation, man, and people need to understand that. And I don't care if you're new to the game, you've been in this for a long time. If you've been in it for a long time, you know what time it is. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're new to this game, the best way, the best advice I can give you, man, is make sure you know the community side of this. Make sure you know the history of it, and make sure you know and you show love and you show you pay homage and show respect for the folks that have lost their lives, for the folks that have lost generations of family members to this. Just so some large company can come in here and say, "Oh yeah, we have a cure for cancer." We fucking knew this shit was curing cancer and shrinking tumors generations ago. They didn't want to listen. So don't even get me started on that shit. Kaya Concierge, what's happening? Chad Watson, I'm gonna call you right after this, Chad. I was supposed to call you yesterday, man. All right, Kipper 111, what's popping? Fire and follow, Flower, what's happening? What's happening? Veronica, my people, Fitzpatrick's in the place to be. Royalty 3014. What's happening? What's happening, my ladies? Spliff Skeleton, 3 million. Andre Johnson. That's the real Andre Johnson. What's good, brother? CJ 120 plus 300. 420. What's happening, everybody? What's happening? All right. So questions from today. All right. So does Tyrone Russell have a point recommending OGs over MBAs? Yes, he does. Simple. Could lack of ground level connection be the reason why MSOs struggle to compete with legacy operators in major markets? Yes, it is. MSOs should have free reign to take over everything. You have these large multi-million-dollar budgets. You should be taking over everything in the game. The reason why they're not, and the reason why the trap is going to continue to thrive, is because they refuse to make that connection with the people on the ground level. Speaking the truth right now. Cleveland School of Cannabis CEO Tyrone Russell. What up, Tyrone? Reach out to me, brother. Suggested instead of formally educated leadership, industry should look toward incarcerated operators. I couldn't agree more. Period. We should be looking towards our brothers and sisters that have been locked up. Short term, long term, doesn't matter. We should be looking to give those people the props that they deserve, put those people in positions of power, because they know how to connect with the people. They know how to run multi-million-dollar businesses. They know how to distribute this shit properly. Yeah, they've been doing that. If they got to that kingpin level, they've been doing it better than you. That's the truth. And yes, like the people are coming through and they're on the legal side, and I understand the pushback, like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be propping up whatever. Like, that's some bullshit, right? Like, I understand you wanting to put out illegal operators as they are a threat to your business. I understand that point of view. I understand people have gone through a lot of stuff trying to get their licenses. I understand that. That's not my point. My point is that the states that have legalized or gone medicinal, they should be first looking to employ these people who have been put behind bars. Make them legal. Give them a legal path, right? Make sure the barrier of entry is a lot lower for a lot of folks that look like me, that look like people on my team, black and brown, so we can actually participate in this shit and we don't have to go broke. We don't have to continue asking for these bullshit grants from these states, because every little bit helps. I agree with that, but it's not enough. It's not enough. How about you take down the cost of entry all the way down, push that all the way down to the floor, make it even so everybody can get in, and we'll see how good these MSOs really are at pushing product. Just my 3 cents. Fuck 2 cents on everything today. All right. I love you guys. What up, Cheney? What up, Mass Canna Amy? What's happening? Big Gip, what's good? Goody Mob in the building. What's popping, OG? All right. Nah, man. It really touches me. This is a subject that really touches me, like real close, because all of my people back home in Virginia, they're all locked up because of this shit. Facts. A lot of my people out here in California are locked up because of this shit. Facts. A lot of people are still getting fucked up because of this. And we should be giving people opportunity. We should be lowering the barrier of entry. So we shouldn't have to fucking beg to get these fucking licenses. Social equity is a bunch of bullshit. Just so everybody knows my stance on that. It's a fucking marketing buzzword. Period. It's a buzzword. That's why people can't agree on what the fuck it even means. H.G. Fredrickson. Google that dude. I'm going to say it over and over and over again. Y'all going to see me a million times in all these videos saying the same thing. H.G. Fredrickson, Idaho. He came up with the word social equity. That's what social equity is. A white man, 1968 in Idaho, came up with social equity. How about you just make the price of these licenses, the barrier to entry, how about you make that affordable so people who look like me can get in it? People who come from places like I've come from can get in it, and you really let people compete. That's it. So there's a smile. It's back. I love you all. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Rico Lamite, founder of Cannabis Global, One Network, Many Voices. Make sure you guys check in and find us on the State of Cannabis NewsHour every single morning. We can get your daily dose. 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. East Coast. And you're going to get me always telling it how it is. You can get some pushback from the audience. I get 2 minutes to say my story every single day. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining for audience feedback. The rest of our correspondents to give their response to all of that. And we would love to have you out there with us. So whether you're plant touching or not, we'd love to have you out there. Join the conversation. This is a communal opportunity for all of us to come together. Black, white, brown, everything in between, Asian, indigenous peoples, like everybody should have a chance to get in this damn industry. And let's talk about it, man. It's Tuesday. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. Much love. Short one today. Any shout outs, any questions before I hop off here? Got into a little bit of a rant today. Now we just got to call out shit how it is, man. Shout out to Cheney Turner in here in the building right here, man. She calls out people as they should be called out. Shout out to Dashita Dawson. She calls out people as they should be called out. Dashita Kiss. My people, man. Shout out to Mary Pryor. She calls out people as they should be called out. Just say, man. I love my people. Highest runner. What's good? What's good? What's good? No, I love my people. We need to free all of these people from incarcerated situations, especially if it had anything to do with the cannabis industry, the cannabis plant. When you have people hopping in here and getting thrown in jail still for this shit, is utter bullshit. You have billion-dollar companies joining this industry. You have trillion-dollar companies with Amazon in the game now, and we worried about people with a couple of dime sacks on them. You're worried about people with a blunt on them, with a joint on them, and throwing them in jail. The kingpins, the quote unquote kingpins that have been running the cannabis game illegally or as outlaws, they should have a chance. They should have an opportunity to run some of these businesses. And if you appointed some of these people on your board, you appointed some of these people C-suite executive positions at some of these big companies, I guarantee you would see better results. You would have a connection with the streets. You have a connection with the people. You would know how to maneuver a lot better than you're doing right now, and you would have a lot more upside in the cannabis industry. You wouldn't just see a bunch of acquisitions of companies. You wouldn't see all these companies getting bought out. That's why the numbers are going up. You see a lot more actual comeuppance in this industry. You see, the cannabis plant brings us all together, and we need to all benefit from it monetarily, socially, emotionally, and all of that. So you're always gonna get it the real from me. What up, Kelly? Kelly Jones in the place. That's about it, man. So every single day I go with my daily recaps around between 4 and 6 p.m. Depends on when I get the handoff with the baby, with the wife. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna be going around like 5 o'clock. You guys will hear that in the morning, but make sure you guys check out on Clubhouse 9 a.m. your daily dose, the State of Cannabis NewsHour. It's time for me to get the hell up out of here, man. Life gives you no place else to turn. You can always turn the fuck up. I love you all. I hope you guys are hugging on your mamas, kissing on your babies. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Much love. LA, we out. Peace.